Up and down all the time. Sometimes I feel like gold, sometimes like slime. Take apart.
I need a fade on that. I need like a fade because we can't play the whole song every time.
Yeah, we need like to get the hook in there.
Yeah.
Teeter totter.
Oh,
Teeter
well.
totter.
Teeter totter. Sorry. Oh, welcome to Walking Free Podcast. My name is Chris. With me, as always, is my faithful co-host, Rocky. Yay! Our guest today, Mr. Zac Mangus.
Howdy.
That's a good name, bro.
Nice enthusiasm.
It sounds like something off like Harry Potter or something. You know what I mean?
Nice enthusiasm. Yeah, that's like a Polish name or something. Like Mangus.
It's German.
German.
Yeah.
Earhart is too.
Yeah.
I don't know what McComas is.
I don't either. I think I'm a mutt.
That's fair. So, it's been a while since we did a podcast episode. That's just life. But we're here. Here we are. Zac, tell us just what's up with you.
Well, it's my first podcast.
Is it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't really listen to podcasts. I just thought, well, you offered me the opportunity, I was going to take it. So I like to do new things, put myself in uncomfortable. I like to get uncomfortable to be comfortable. You know.
Let's go.
So, I kind of came to the mindset like, oh, it's a podcast, and you're going to talk about our addictions and just talk about what led us to where we're at now. And like a young age, I never would have thought that I'd be in a podcast right now about to talk about what I've been through or what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
With anybody. I thought I went to college like my brothers and did the whole thing that everybody thinks acceptable life is, but I'm kind of just taking my recovery day by day.
Okay.
I'm not newbie in recovery. I've been in recovery before. Just took me a lot longer to get into that first stage than this one.
Yeah.
So
when you say you've been in recovery before, like what we need to lead up to that, man.
Well, I'll just start from the beginning till I got to my first recovery.
Do your thing.
So I started using at a young age. My family was alcoholics. Like every party on the weekends, they'd be playing guitar, and us boys would be stealing the beer, while they weren't looking. So we could drink, and then, like, I knew what weed was, like 6 years old. Got caught smoking the first time when I was 8 by my brother. Started drinking on the weekends with my brother's friends from 9 to 12, and then at 13, I started getting in trouble with, like, schooling, started, like, getting bad grades. We moved from Union City to Jay County, so Randolph County up to Jay County.
Yeah.
And I got into that school, and I played sports against all these guys, so it wasn't easy making friends when I moved up there because all I did was badmouth them in sports when I was younger. So when high school rolled around, they put me on medication, started prescribing me stuff for ADHD, stuff for anxiety, and I realized, okay, well, here's the thing. My mom, she was an addict herself, but hid it well.
Yeah.
My dad was a closet addict also. Like, we knew he smoked weed, but didn't know he did any of the harder stuff. So when I got put on prescription pills and seen my mother was abusing them, and I could abuse them because I was the youngest of us 4 boys. I had no, consequences. So anything I did, I can do no wrong. It was like, oh, he's just a baby. He gets this way, So, I get put on these prescription pills, and I'm in high school now, and I start selling with kids. It was easy to sell. I went to a big school, and I get expelled my sophomore year for drug dealing, allegedly. Allegedly, because really I wasn't in one selling them. Some girl had some Clodopins, and I took them from her. and then she got caught being high, and then she told on everybody that got them. When they found me, I just didn't want to let them, get in my system. They tried to drug test me. I was like, you're not drug testing me. And then they called the hospital, did a dilation on my pupils, said all his pupils are, so. And I'm like, I'm on 60 milligrams of Adderall. I'm going to have big pupils.
For sure.
Like, it's just what it is.
100%.
Like, anywho, so after I get expelled, they want me to go to alternative school. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I have a mom that's addicted to pills. My brothers are off to college. I ain't got time for that. Like, I would literally come home every day and count the 32 steps to check if mom was still alive. I didn't have time for full school shit. Like, I didn't have time for homework. I barely had time for myself. And so I just stayed at home playing my PS3 at the time, I think, back then. It's been 15 years almost. So I just played video games, and my addiction got worse. All my mom's friends, they came around and they enabled me to get a hold of, the harder stuff. So when I went from pills, started doing the panas, and then at 15, my best friend's cousin moved up here from, I think, South Carolina. She's done passed away to her addiction now. But I started doing heroin at 15, just all the way in. It wasn't, I did that first little bit, and then boom, end of the week, I'm doing, too much. But a 15-year-old shouldn't have been doing. From there, started trading my Adderall for methamphetamine, when bottle dope was around,
Yeah.
Trading my mom's friends for that. And so now I'm doing 2 of the hardest drugs, and I'm able to go back my junior year. But little did anybody know, I'm strung out on meth and heroin. And I still go back my junior year. I flip everything around. Like, I started mentoring for Best Buddies. Like, we had a special needs group that we took care of the special needs in school.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And they put me in charge of special needs students, And in my head, I felt guilty as hell. I'm sitting there tutoring these kids, thinking, what if these parents knew that, hey, there's this boy at school high as hell on these drugs, tutoring my kids,
Yeah.
And, but, like, I loved that, I loved being around, helping like that, because I felt like I was giving back, even though things weren't going good for me. I could still give something. And anyways, so from there to my senior year, I'm trying to graduate with honors. I'm trying to follow up to my brother's footsteps, because, like, I have an older brother. He's, I almost envied my brothers at one point. My oldest brother's a computer programmer and worked for Microsoft. My other brother, he went to college. I forget what he went for, but he was just a pothead, though. Ball State pothead.
Yeah.
And then my brother that I was really close to, JD, he went for physical therapy and then opened his own remodeling company afterwards. So I had, like, big footsteps to follow. They all did 5 sports, and I threw everything away just to chase drugs and chase women and do what I wanted.
Right.
But I almost like I felt, because little did I know my older brothers were already taking care of my mom, like helping out around the house, helping with us boys. I never looked at it like those are my brothers, like, so we all just was helping the house be home. But it's like crazy once you take someone out of a house, how much things can change. So
You started to see how much they actually did.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to tell any of them that, hey, I'm on these drugs.
Right.
So I hit it for years until I graduated. Started, I graduated.
So you went like 2 more years on doing drugs, and you still graduated?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, I graduated with honors. Like, I got on the honor roll, and like, I had a GPA of a 2.3 when I came back my junior year, and I got myself up to 3.6.
Nice.
Little did I did some of the work, but, like, I had a girlfriend that helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Like, she made sure I did my homework. Really, I just copied off her, but, like, I didn't have time to do homework. I had to go home and deal with adult shit, like, and help my mom with bills, help my mom with money, because, like, she had a great job but lost all that to her addiction. But yeah, I made sure I graduated. Me and my brothers were the first ones in our family actually to ever graduate. That was like,
Wow.
Yeah, so my mom didn't graduate. My dad I think he didn't. Or my dad graduated, so I don't know. My mom's family, no one graduated. My grandpa didn't graduate. Everybody just dropped out, and so had big footsteps. I felt like that I had to follow. Um, During all this time, though, like I had all these opportunities. Like I worked for farmers around where I lived. Lived in Jay County. Always had like good job opportunities, but my addiction, like that's kind of like being around like this is my world. Like you guys live in it. I'm gonna do what I want on my time, and everything's gonna be all right. And it wasn't until I first time I ever went to jail. I was 18. I was working at FCC. I was trying to come off heroin using alcohol. I'm a substitute user, so if I don't have one, I substitute for another.
Yeah.
And I was drinking. I went to a Rumspringer party, and was partying with the Amish.
Yeah.
And that was a fun night, you know. Like I'm telling you what, them Amish, like you never expect it. Like I'm hitting whippets in one barn, I'm in a strobe light in another barn, like drinking moonshine in another barn. Like it was a fun party, you know. And when I left that party, they had a cop on one end, and there's Jay County set up in blocks. So either way you would go, there's a stop, you know, 4-way, and they were sitting on each 4-way. We're in the middle, and we get pulled over, and I'm like, fuck, you know, like I'm going to jail. I'm underage. I tried the penny trick, threw pennies in my mouth, didn't work. Spit them all over the cop, you know. Like, went and spent a night in jail and got bonded out for my brother that I was living with at the time, working at FCC, and like he's thinking at the time, I'm like, you know, I'm clean off heroin, which I was. Like I was just drinking, and he ended up kicking me out like not 2 months later, but I got back on Xanax and downers, you know, heroin. And I remember one night I was at FCC, like I kept dropping this little pill bottle I was carrying around, and they kept giving it back to me, and it was full of Xanax and heroin. And I'm like, I dropped it probably 4 or 5 times, and they would pick it up. Is this your Advil, you know, bottle? I'm like, yeah. You give it back to me, you know, like okay, well, can't get rid of that. And that morning riding home, I remember, like I just had a feeling like, oh, you know, it's gonna be bad. You know, like he's gonna know. And I wake up and he asked me to leave. And first thing I did after that, I went straight to the dope house, you know, and started getting high again. Probably went for a good 2 years. And I woke up one day and I was dope sick. My mom had been off pills, but she was doing meth. And I'd went to her and I was like, I need $20. Like, I need to get high. Like, she's like, what do you mean? And I go puke in the bathroom. Like it's the first time I ever experienced drug sick because I've never been without drugs for these 5 years. I'm at almost my 20s, 18, 19. And she starts hearing me like throwing up, and like she gets it, like, oh, like,
Oh, he's dope sick.
Yeah, dope sick, you know.
Yeah.
So my mom's always like, she's definitely, we were very codependent, and she'd give me the world if she could. So of course she gave me that $20 to go get high. And right there, I was just like, okay, well, now mom knows I'm getting high. And it's the point she's like, Zachary, you're going to end up going to the needle, and I'm going to end up losing you, you know? And I'm like, no, you're not. A week later, I overdosed off a needle at my girlfriend's house. And my son's mom's house, actually. And the feeling that I had when I woke up, like I jumped up and was just like, let's get the hell out of here. Like I know I messed up. Went and got in the ambulance for him. They took me to the hospital. I sat there, you know, had my girlfriend come in, had the girl I had at my mom's house come in with her. So boom, got busted there, you know. My mom, my grandma, my brothers they all drove over, you know, like my whole family sitting there. And the entire time I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do this ever again. In my head, I'm like, this Narcan sucks.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get out of this fucking hospital and go get me some more dope, you know, to get rid of it. And I go to my grandma's house and I'm on her couch and I'm like, I gotta find a phone charger. You know, gotta get my phone on, go get me some more dope. And I promised her I wasn't getting high, and it wasn't even 20 minutes later. I'm, you know, going to get some more dope. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I got lucky. I don't know, you know, I was just a mess up. I didn't know that the time and stuff I was doing was carfentanil. It wasn't, you know, fentanyl, heroin. It was carfentanil. And so after that first overdose, and my mom's like, I'm a very spiteful person, and I was very ignorant. Like her telling me that, I was purposely using needles. Like I had a veterinary clinic that I could get needles anytime I wanted, any drug that I wanted there, and I started, IV using for, I want to say, good 8 years of my life. Uh, Anyways, after that first overdose, I did the math the other day. Since I'm 29 years old now, and I've averaged since 18 about 5 overdoses every year. You know,
Wow.
yeah, I'm still here. And mom always tells me I'm here for a reason. I'm like, I'm here because of your prayers. I'm here for the prayers that you like. Because mom's very spiritual, and like, and just to think, like, I don't ever really bring up these memories because, like, I try to move past them because that's the only way I can keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't dwell on my past like that. Uh, I like to forgive myself and then move on. Not
Right.
forgetful, like forget it, just move on. But anyways, I end up getting my son's mother at the time pregnant. Afterwards, and I'm 19, 20 still, and I'm like fuck. And at the time, like from high school to where I'm at now in life, like the cops had done told me, hey, I was,
You're rolling pretty good. I didn't
Yeah.
say anything.
You're going. I'm not gonna say
You're
nothing.
rolling
But
pretty good.
I'm
but
getting.
just try
I'm
to-
getting my finger.
just try
Anyways,
to.
yeah, uh, yeah. At the time, like the cops had told me, like if you keep messing around, we're gonna throw the book at you when we get the chance. And of course, I'm not being loyal to myself and loyal to my higher power. Like I'm not doing any of the things I should be doing at this age. Like I'm just wasting away everything. And I end up getting set up by a girl in Jay County. Got caught with a little bit of meth, and then they hit me with possession of syringes, possession of narcotic, possession of cocaine, possession of methamphetamine, all from a little
All
bottle.
of them.
All
Yeah.
of them. They hit me with all of them because it tested positive for it,
Yeah.
And so I had to go to jail. I did like 6 months on it. They had me out on probation. Took off running on them again. Back, took off back ripping and running. Move over to Ohio. And when I'm in Ohio, Dayton's just my backyard now, and
Right.
I knew a lot of people down there, and like they got to the point they called my phone because like like you said, I want it all. That's the way I was.
Yeah.
Everything you got, like don't call me if it's not going to kill me. That's what I tell them. Like I want the best of the best. I want the most you got. I'll be there in fucking 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm pulling up right now. And so I'm in Ohio doing all that, and I end up catching a burglary charge over there. And it was to a woman, or it was from a woman that I was helping move. And, in my addiction, she had nice things, and I thought she ain't going to miss these coins,
Right.
And I'm living right across the alley from her. And she comes over, and I just left all the stuff right in my back room. And I'm high. She comes in, and I'm just like, I got your stuff. I was going to give it back, like, I'm sorry, And she went and filed a police report. And I'm like, oh, I'm hit.
Yeah.
And I told her, like, I apologized, and she went and dropped the charges, but the state picks them up. And, yeah, when they picked them up, they're like, okay, well, we're going to give you pretrial, like, I had pretrial probation or something like that till I went and was going to get sentenced, and I kept violating. I kept dropping dirty. At this time I'm doing PCP, like doing a lot of psychedelics, messing my head up, like it was bad, but I didn't care. Like I was on a suicide mission. Like I done messed up all these good opportunities, and I'm still in my own world. Everybody, can't die apparently, so I'm going to keep doing what I do. And I go and I sit in Dark County. I don't know if anybody knows about Dark County. It's one of the worst jails you can be in Ohio. It's horrible. There's no commissary, the beds, the doors. It's bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's either in your room or you're in the day room that's smaller than the room we're in now. And they give me an option. They're like, look, we're going to give you either 5 years in prison, or you can do 5 years of probation if you go through these programs that we're going to allow you to go to. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So they let me out on an ankle monitor. I go and I get all my affairs in order. And of course, like I go ahead and I go buy me a bag of dope before I'm going to rehab. I hid it in my shoe. You know, I go to my first rehab, Adams Recovery down on the river in Ohio, Claremont County, and yeah, I'm getting high, and they put you in a room before you go into like all the other beds, and they catch me getting high. I'm like, I'm going back to jail. They're definitely going to tell my probation officer, you know. And thankfully, I didn't go back to jail. He's like, I kind of expected you to do this because of all the other times I'd, drug test you and you failed or whatever. I'm like, all right, well, I went and through this. It was a 6 month program. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna stick it out so I don't have to go do jail because I don't want to do Dark County. I don't want to make it to prison because that's one thing I told myself. Like county would be okay, prison I shouldn't probably go to.
Right.
You know, I don't want a number. Well, I do that 6 months program. I go home and I'm abusing my medicine again. Like that's one reason why I don't do meds now. Like because I'm an abuser of anything. Like if I can abuse it and there's a way, I'll abuse it. So I get out of rehab. I'm snorting booze bars. Like I don't know if you know what those are.
Yeah.
Yeah, booze brown. And I'm smart. Like all these little medications, I'm abusing them because I'm an addict. You know, I'm just trying to feel something different. And from there, it was just like, okay, now I'm drinking again, and now I'm doing heroin again, and then I'm not passing piss test at probation. And I remember I went back in there, and I had a buddy take me, and I knew I was getting drug tested. And I'm like, dude, you got to go out to the car and piss for me, like, cause I'm gonna fail. And he's like, what? Like, why'd you have me bring you if you're gonna fail? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just woke up after being awake for a week. Like, I wasn't thinking. So he goes out and he brings back in a brisk bottle, like one of the big brisk bottles, full of piss. I try to tuck it in my waistband.
Oh my!
Like this is how like bad I'm in my addiction. I didn't care. I think I'm gonna get away with this in my head. And I'm walking into the bathroom with him, and I turn around and I'm like, I can't do this. Here you go. End up getting me and him taken to jail.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's how selfish I was. Like I wasn't thinking. So he gets a probation violation. Sits a couple days. And they're like, well, you're going to sit in here for a few months. So I sat in Dark County for 2 more months. And they're like, well, we'll give you another chance. And I'm like, okay, well, can I get a faith-based? And I'm on a faith-based program because I lost I grew up in a Christian family. My mom didn't force it on us, but, she made sure it was known. Like, if we wanted to know God or if we wanted to go to church, we could. And it seemed like I was missing my higher power and losing myself more and more as I, strayed away. So I went to his faith-based, and it was in Middletown, and it was like an old school, nice setup, and that was another 6 months I did, and I went through that. I loved it, got really close to my higher power again. Went to a place called Gateway down in Cincinnati. Great sober living. I recommend it to anybody. Like if I should have stayed, I only had like maybe 14 more days. I would have been an alumni, but I did that 5 years of probation in 1 year, paid back all my restitutions, paid off all my debt, and they let me off. And I'm like, oh, there we go, like
Bye.
yeah. I'm like, I already had a plan with my brother. I went and worked with my brother after that, but I got into a relationship, moved down there, started working with my brother, and it wasn't maybe. I want to say I was about 2.5 years sober from this point on because I spent a year down there, 6 months, and then I was coming up with my 2.5, and I ended up getting a cold or something, right? I was at my brother's. My mom and came down with my grandma, the girl that I went and started because the girl I robbed, and she came down with my mom, staying at my house and everything, and I had cold. I was like, oh, there's my excuse to have this drink to make myself feel better,
Yeah.
I've been working, 10-hour days. Like, I'm going to drink, I'm going to be fine. And then I drank, and then I started going to the bars on the weekends. And then that became, I got to get rid of this hangover, in the morning. So now I'm drinking, I'm not doing nothing else. And I just gave up my sobriety that easy over a cold. And after probably a year and a half I lived down there, the girl I was with wanted to move back up here in Jay County, so I moved her back up here to her family. And I'm an alcoholic, no job. I found that no one wants to hire,
Yeah.
And I'm back in my old, stomping ground. I'm gonna start, doing what I know best. Give me a bag and I'll make some more money. Well, that didn't go so well. Ended up making it maybe 3 months, and then we split up, and I was back at mom's house, back on mom's couch, you know. Uh, and I was there, and at this time, like, I kind of skipped over all the things. Like, I have my son back in my life, after doing sobriety, and my son's mom, like, we have an understanding about things with him. Like, if I'm messing up or if I'm around my mom, because that's usually my downfall when I go around her and I want to start using, she'll keep him away from me. And I'm trying to get off alcohol, trying to dry turkey it. Like, I'm talking puking on myself, hearing voices in the ceiling. I'm not going to no rehab again. Like, I already did that. I'm gonna be able to do this myself again. I had a taste of recovery. I know how to do it. Like, I can do it by myself, and I couldn't. Started using heroin and meth again to get off the alcohol because I'm a substitute user, and that just made it 10 times worse. Like, hallucinations, like the pity I had for myself. Like, I pitied myself. Like, I don't like to pity others, and I don't like to pity myself. But I was down on myself bad. Didn't care about nothing. And most of all, I'm in my mom's house that's sober, that beat her addiction. Still is in recovery, and I'm using just a room over with needles again. And I'm like, well, at least I'm free from the government. The first time since I was 15.
Yeah.
So during that time, I'm starting to use again. I go and I'm making a run, and I end up going over the bypass. I just got my permit after 27 years of my life,
Yeah.
And I'm driving my mom's car. She has to get to work, and I'm going too fast over the overpass, the one we take leaving Winchester every time when you leave from the jail. Going too fast over that overpass, and I got drugs on me. And I'm the type to think I'm going to get away and I'm going to still use, and I never throw anything out. Of course, I seen this undercover come up behind me flying, and I hit someone's driveway, turned around, and I took off on him. Ran all the way to Union City. He didn't chase me with his lights, so I thought I was good. And by the time I'm coming into town, the park is split, and the cops on this side, and I'm watching him, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be okay. But he turns right towards me, and I'm at the stop sign, and here he comes. And I try to take off on him again, and I whip in the driveway, and I get out, and I'm like, why do you pull me over, I'm trying to hide. I got heroin on me, pressed pills and meth, and I have the meth in my hand. And he's like, get your hands out of your pockets. And I start fighting with the cop. I'm like, no, I'm not going back to jail. I'm in college at the time, like, I'm trying to do good, but like, I'm just using. And we start wrestling on the ground. I throw the bag into the car, and he takes me to jail for possession of methamphetamine. Don't get caught with the heroin in my pocket. You don't find it. And I eat the Roxy right in the front seat next to him, like, whatever. I tuck the dope into my wallet. They don't find it at the jail. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting, a break here. And they let me, or I bond out that time, push out my court dates forever. No. Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope. I've already signed my deals on those. So,
All right.
Yeah.
I just
I do have a court date.
Yeah.
Coming up. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's closed. Anyways, yeah. So I go to jail. I'm on for like, yeah, I'm out on bond, and how did I get? Oh, I have a failure of peer now. Like, after 2 years, I'm pushing out my court days cases. They're like, well, we're gonna give you. I push for house arrest. I'm like, I'm still using, and I'm gonna be on house arrest at my mom's house. Like, how's that gonna work for me?
Yeah.
It's not gonna work, because she comes home every day. Like, you're supposed to be using my house, and she's gonna let me know how she feels, and it don't make you feel too good when she tells you how she feels. And so I'm avoiding it. I end up going to get on it, and when I get there, they're like, you need a money order. I'm like, where the hell do I get a money order? I'm already late. I was supposed to be here at 9 a.m. You guys close at 3:15. It's 3 o'clock. And he's like, yeah, you just go over there to the post office and get one. I'm like, okay, well, I pull out from where probation is, and I get right on 27 and go straight to the city. You're like,
Yeah.
screw it, catch me if you can. And I run for good 2 months, and my grandpa had cancer at the time, and like I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be out for this grandpa for passing because I've been in jail. You know, I've only had about 2 years out of my 20s outside of jail. Like I've been in jail on my birthdays every time. You know, and anyways, I'm like, I'm gonna be there for my grandpa. You know, I'm gonna get sober. I'm gonna be there for my grandpa. And of course, I wasn't sober, but I was dope sick there. And I still had this failure to appear warrant. My grandpa passes, and like I just kept popping in my mom's just to get clothes, and like they kept showing up to her house looking for me. Like I knew my time was coming. Like, and I had a plan in my head. Like I'll go to jail, probably go to prison, get out. You know, give me a sober living, and restart everything. And all this time, I'm like, I'm not going to get caught again. You know, with meth, and because I've already had 2 cases before. Little did I know that, yeah, I'll go to my mom's one night and I'm smoking with my cousin, and I walk out and I see him surrounding the house. They're surrounding it. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just tripping. I've been up too many days. You know, there's not the cops. Well, my mom lives right across the hall from my aunt, and I remember looking out and seeing her. The cops coming in. They had their lights off. They walk right up the door and see me, and I shut the door. Well, of course, I had that little thing of dope on me. I'm going to get away, and I'm going to use this dope. Try to hide under a bed. They come in, find me, find my dope. I get charged with meth again. So now I'm sitting in jail, and they're trying to hit me with the habitual. Give me 5 to 10. I was like, oh, you know, like something's got to change. You know, like the first month, I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to prison. The second month, I'm like, I'm going to find me a rehab. I'm going to find me a sober living. A year long one, and I'm going to stick through it. And I'm going to get everything I had and lost back.
Yeah.
And so the third month's come around, and I go to court, and they're like, well, your time for house arrest, your 3 months is up. We're going to release you back to the streets. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, nope, I know I was going to go and use. So I asked for a rehab, and that's when like, I was talking to my attorney. He's like, yeah, we'll push for that, you know. So the court ordered me to a rehab instead of letting me go. So Beth comes in, girl that you know, she comes talks to me, and I have no idea what this rehab's about. Like, I'm just gonna go and go. Like, I've been to long ones. I didn't know it was just a month long. I definitely did not know it was a co-ed rehab. That was weird. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna make the best of it and just sharpen my tools I already have. And then when you told me that you went through Harmony Home, I'm like, well, this guy seems like he got something good going for him. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try it myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I started pushing on you. Like, hey, tell me about Harmony House. Like, well, where you just like structure. Like,
Structure.
I was like, sign me up. Like I need some structure in my life because whatever I'm doing ain't working. So yeah, I went through all those things through my life, and like one day, like I like what I do now. Like I like to build stuff, like remodeling. Like I would just add construction. I'm good with it. One day I do plan on maybe being like a peer support to someone or a sponsor. 'Cause I've had all those things and they were great for me.
Yeah.
I just didn't take the time to keep on, doing what it was my time. So of course I was going to manipulate the system to try to jump through those hoops, get out everything I had. And, just yeah, man, like so being here at Harmony House, like it's great. I like it. It's different. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm comfortable with that.
Amen to that.
And
Legit.
but yeah, that's just a little story of it. There's so much I could go into. It's just
No, you rolled.
You did
You
that, bro.
rolled.
No, you did that.
I
Like
didn't
we do this.
interrupt you.
We do this a lot. This is episode number 15.
That's a lot too.
You did
But-
that, bro. Yeah.
But even not as far as like a speaker meeting goes, you know what I mean? Like somebody telling their story, you rolled for like 35 minutes.
You did that, bro.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I met you picking you up at the jail.
Yeah.
I was that guy, and we shuffled you off the northern path. And I remember just I don't use the just do it. Just get this guy in. I don't use that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I did with you. I was like, I don't know. I said you reminded me of Jason Young, but you talk more. And it's weird, as Jason Young said, "What's up, Zach? Probably don't remember me, but I'm proud of you, bro."
Yeah, and Jason Young
maybe.
just had his uterus taken out or something.
Yeah, I think it was his uterus.
Oh, he had a stent, like kidney
Jason Young,
stones.
I
Yeah.
think I got his shoes in county. I spent county time with him or something
Yeah.
like that.
Beth Croyle, do you know her?
Uh, from where does
That's it. That's the lady responsible for helping you get out of jail.
Yeah.
She just says Zach and hands raised. Jill, do you remember Jill?
Man.
Jill was one of the new therapists, I think. Right?
She definitely said, "So proud of you, Zach. I can neither confirm nor deny what Jill is or is not." She just commented.
Yeah,
So,
I know Jill.
I can probably tell you. Yeah, she works at Northern Path.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you've obviously had extensive sobriety and things, and you've been in and out and doing things like you talked about the Harmony Home and like being in different rehabs and things. Dude, like I think the biggest thing that got me on track this last time, well, like almost 5 years ago. It's been 5 years. Like the Harmony Home is a clean slate, dude. It's a fresh start.
Yeah.
Fresh start. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want to with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I and you know what I mean, like, and it starts, you know, it starts by like, you know, like one of my big things is like not going back to where I used to run the streets, not going back. You know what I mean? I don't. It's not that I don't love them people, or it's not that I don't, but you know what I mean. Like I'm on something different these days. You know what I mean? I choose a different path these days. I choose to live and I choose to explore and I choose to like that's kind of like what recovery is to me. You know what I mean? I want to be a better person. I don't want to be around people that live that kind of lifestyle and it's acceptable to them because I was there drowning for many years. You know what I mean? But it's like this is another fresh start, you know. This is a fresh start. It's got its obstacles, it's got its problems, it's got its uncomfortability, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like you have to begin to make smart choices. The choices, even if it's the choice that you don't want to make. And normally the choice that you don't want to make is the one that you should.
Yeah.
For addicts. Like, like what is to you like what does like your recovery mean to you? Let's go with this outside of sobriety, outside of the sobriety part, because we all know like sobriety is just the beginning, and like if you're looking, like what does like recovery look like to you?
Well,
What does it mean to you?
see, my old days, I'd say really it don't mean shit. Like I don't really think about it as that. Like
Beep.
that's not like to be frank about it. Like my recovery, like I don't look at it as okay because that's just like the name we put on it is our addictions and recovery. I look at it like okay, everybody makes mistakes in their life, and I'm not gonna sit there and be down on myself about it. I'm gonna keep going and like keep taking the step forward. So, like it's hard to put the words almost when I really think about it all. Like if I want to be like technical terms, I couldn't be like technical about it. It's just I just keep moving forward because that's all you can do. Because the more I would move, stumble back, like it took me down that same old path. Um, like I'm kind of like a simple person. I keep it simple about things. If like common sense is just I go away. Like I like to think I have common sense when it comes to things like with the house and everything. It's kind of like baffling to think about it because I don't think about it. Like I don't think about that stuff. More probably should.
Yeah. What's recovery mean to you, Chris?
Recovery means to me, well, I got my whole life back, and not my life back, bro. I'm in a life that I don't know. It's
At the end
amazing.
of it, like you can do anything with this.
Yes, I got my whole like life. Like I am I'm a convicted drug dealer, bro.
Right.
And I get the chance to like help hundreds of people get their little recovery journey started. And I think it goes back to something. You said it. There's sobriety, there's recovery, and then there's freedom, man. And like that's what I think in the terms of what you're asking, what does recovery mean to me? For me, I'm at the freedom stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm free.
See, that's what I'm kind of like at. Like I'm free. Like I'm free for anything. So like I don't think about like I don't really think too deep in any of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to.
Freedom to me, recovery to me is like having some type of sustainable life. Freedom to me is like, you know what I mean? I want to be more emotionally mature. I don't want to be so led by my emotions all the time. I want to be like a good, honest person. I want to be like that, a man of my word. And we always talk about like, you know, we can all sit around and say, you know what I mean, well, these are the kind of people I want to be around. But, you know what I mean, are we practicing being that type of person that I'd like to be around? You know what I mean? I want to be more like, if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I have to practice that. Freedom is like, once you practice that long enough, you start practicing and you start doing it like without even thinking about it. And that just becomes like part of my character and like who I am. And it's taken a lot of hard work. And you know, recovery is about like trying to figure out who I am. You know what I mean? Like trying to figure out what runs me.
Right.
You know what I mean, it tries like what, you know what I mean? I learned to play guitar and I made a few songs and I was all hip to it and everything, but you know, after a while I lost interest to it. So it's kind of like I'm pursuing things, you know what I mean? Me and Jen, we travel a little bit. We go on these little adventures and stuff. And before I never really dug that kind of thing, but I love it. I love nature.
Yeah.
And I'm becoming a more spiritual person. I'm becoming more in contact with Mother Nature and God and like, you know, just like life. You know what I mean? I don't want to live in accountability my rest of my life. I don't want to have to live. You know what I mean? I have a recovery community. I have a church community. I have a moto community. I have a community of people who are just doing life. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of friends in like different places. You know what I mean? And it's been, you know, like I don't want to like restrict myself. You know what I mean? A lot of people like say you got to go to NA and AA for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? I'm working hard to where I don't have to feel like I have to do that. You know what I mean? I want to be disciplined enough to where I don't have to live underneath recovery. You know what I mean? Like underneath like the accountability of a program or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like, I don't want to have to keep doing this for the rest of my life. You know, I just want to be more like, I want to be able to like, to hell with trusting people. I want to trust me. Right. I want to know that I'm going to make the good decision in the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my mind is all over this stuff all the time. It's like I constantly, and it's about like the 12 steps, you know, like taking a moral inventory. Like I'm constantly like searching for, you know, like what makes me tick, what like quality of life, you know, loving, building relationships, quality relationships. And then, you know, just, you know, and part of that's like just being a man and, you know, like, even if it comes like going to work on time every day. You know what I mean? If you tell somebody you're going to do something, do it. You know what I mean? And like being a man of your word, like if I tell somebody like I'm going to do it, you guarantee it, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? And I was never like that.
Zach, are you sure you want to take advice from this guy?
Yeah, I think it took only 3 weeks to get this podcast going with both of you guys.
Yeah.
So
he told me earlier he can't listen to nothing you say because you ain't been to prison.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never went to prison. But I know what I'm saying, but I lived in the streets doing this. It's not that I hadn't committed 100 felonies. I just never got caught by
right.
it. I never ran with people. Yeah. I always did things in the dark, and trust me, there's about 40,000 people in Marion will tell you. But I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I never did anything. I don't know how I never got, but you know what I mean? I should have very well went to prison a long time ago. But that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
We were just laughing about that one guy.
I know
that
that's,
said it
but
that
you know, I
one
mean,
time.
thank God that happened
Yeah,
because that's
legit.
not even the funny part of the story. It's the great part of
You
that
don't
story.
even
The great part
relate.
of that story is like
That's
people can
awesome.
look at me today and they don't see that me person anymore.
Right.
I don't look like I was homeless and a junkie and like my mom never talked to me. No one wanted to be around me. My friends didn't even want to be around me. I'd pull up at my buddy's house and like the security light in the backyard would come on because people would go out the back door when I'd pull up because no one wanted to be around me. Like Chris, everyone loved Chris. Like everyone's like, hey, Chris. But like, you know what I mean? But that's just the way I was, you know, that's what makes us great. And because we're so different. But we always talk about like, you know, our different races. We're running
Completely different
we're running
races.
two totally different races, but we have the same goal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I don't like it's freedom. Like I don't really ponder or stress or I don't feel terrible really about anything these days. And that doesn't mean like just months ago I wasn't stressing out about something because I do, but I try to like wash myself of it. I don't want to carry it around on me no more. You know what I mean? I don't want to like you know what I mean? I want to like generally be a good person. And especially, and that's putting my priorities first. And that's like, you got to love, in order, you love your neighbor like you love yourself. If you cannot completely love yourself, you're never going to be able to completely love anybody the right way. You know, putting myself first is, you know, part of that. That recovery is big. It's vast.
Yeah, that's a big.
And mine's don't look like his. I work
Yeah.
on things that he doesn't work on.
Yeah.
Your work on things that me and him don't work on.
Right.
But you know what I mean, that's what makes us great, and that's what makes, you know what I mean, in that situation to where we needs all of us because, you know what I mean, like you're going to relate to people that I'm not going to.
Right.
He's going to relate to people that I'm not going to. The way that I deal with people is totally different than the way he deals with people. That's why I kind of a lot of people love Chris.
I for me, working in recovery is like, for me, I guess it just helps me stay clean.
Right.
You
I
know
was
what I mean?
I was
Like-
thinking that, like to myself, man. Like, I don't want to do this like recovery, going to meetings the rest of my life. But if it's gonna save my life and keep me alive and keep me
Amen.
sober,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Amen.
Those are the things you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it helps you. That's what you need. You know, follow that path. So, yeah, in recovery, I'll probably be in recovery the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, I'm in
just-
recovery. Like just
I'm
because
in
I
it.
don't
I'm
go to
in it,
meetings
yeah.
doesn't mean I'm not
Yeah.
in recovery. Like I will forever be working on myself. Like, if you could imagine, like if you stay doing this, when 5 years you're gonna look back and be like, geez, I'm a totally different person.
I was just talking about it with you.
You're
I said,
you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, man. But you're gonna know how far you've come, and ain't no one else gonna know how far you come, really. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because internally, you know what you know what I mean, like what you've went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
4 years ago, I was in Cardinal recovery.
I hated this dude.
I didn't
swear
know
to
what
you.
I did
couldn't
not
stand
know
him.
what the Harmony Home was
When we talk
4
about
years ago.
talk about locked out, dude, he was locked out. He wasn't listening to nothing.
Nope.
Hmm.
I got
Nothing.
here and I wasn't trying to hear nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like,
nope.
why are you even here, dude? Like, why are you even here? I swear to you, he was like a brick wall. I was like,
Legit.
why are you even here? You know what I mean?
It took God for me.
I don't even know
man.
how he got
that's
through.
That's where it clicked.
I don't
You
even know
know
how
what
he
I
got
mean?
through the Anderson thing. He was so shut down. I don't even know how he made it through Anderson.
Rehab.
Rehab.
I made it.
Bridges of Hope.
I might have tried to leave 17 times. I had a good ASA blocker though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. God seen. I was struggling with it, bub. Like bad. It was bad. And he's right. I didn't. Whatever. Whatever. Just like I get this for probation. Whatever.
Right.
I ain't trying to really do
Not
none
only
of
that,
this.
he was just stubborn. He didn't participate in anything.
Nothing. I
Nothing.
wouldn't talk.
Nothing. Meetings, nothing. He would sit it if he didn't want to do it. He'd sit in there like a child.
I'd make it a point not to talk. And when I did talk, I tried to talk about like
Yeah.
my wife.
Stupid.
Now came to one NA meeting in her whole life, and she never went back to NA because of a guy.
It was him.
It was me
Because he
because
talked so
we were
graphic about
we were
his
talking
use
about
and stuff.
patience, and I was like, patience, you can't tell me nothing. You ever poked your in your arm 2.5 hours, and
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my, I don't want to. I don't want to be with the NA crowd.
Yeah.
Her
And
pathway,
she ended up marrying the dude.
her pathway's radical Jesus.
Yeah.
Look, boom,
Yeah.
right? Well, I thought I was too smart for all that.
But my, you know, but I think anyone who's my pathway's like radical Jesus too. But I'm not so outspoken about it anymore. I'm like really like trying to. I think when I get radical about Jesus, I put it off on others too much. I'm
Yeah,
trying to internally. I'm trying to, like, you posted that post one day, like, you know, like he was talking to me. It was about me. You know what I mean? That's what I am like all the time. I don't. When I start reading the Bible and like when God starts talking to me, I used to take that and deflect it off on other people.
yeah.
Now I just try to
Oh,
like
y'all
keep
need to
it.
work on your
Yeah.
anger. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
instead of like,
Yeah, like this. Yeah,
I need to wear steel toe boots to that church. I'm just saying.
yeah,
He stepped all over my toes that day.
yeah. Well, that's good. You know what I mean? That's great.
Rocky's just glad I'm going to church.
I don't. You know what I mean? I think. Honestly, I think, you know what I mean. Like going to church, you can learn and you can get closer to God anywhere. I think going to church kind of teaches you a lot about other Christians. You know what I mean? Like when I first started going to church, I thought church was full of like really good people. Like good people went to church, and when I began to like go to church for long periods, when I started going to church for like months and months and months, I realized like I had to survive the rigors of community in church because people talk about people in church. People have affairs in church. Like there's a lot of things that happen in church that like people that never go to church would not expect to happen at church. But people are humans. Everyone's humans. Everyone's trying to get closer to. Everyone's should be trying to get closer to God. But you know what I mean? This community, and like you're going to have people are going to make mistakes, and like I have my expectations of church people has totally like calmed down because I've seen so much, you know what I mean, and I know so much, and it makes it a little easier. And I you know what I mean, like you gotta, one thing about you have to at church, being in that group and that community you will practice forgiveness, you will practice grace.
You have to.
You have to. Or you know what I mean? Or you're
Or
gonna get
flunk out.
Yeah, or you be
You
church
know what I
hurt.
mean? Like
You'll be
flunk
church
out.
hurt.
Church.
Yeah, church hurt and not going back to church. But you know what I mean? It teaches you. It teaches you a lot of things. You
Yeah,
know, that's being part of a community.
100%.
Yeah. And it makes me a better person. That's iron sharpens iron. People will teach you things without intentionally teaching you things. You know, just being around people. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
You know,
People are awesome. I love them all.
that's the worst and best thing. That's the best and worst thing about everything. This world. People. Best thing, people. Worst thing, people.
Yeah.
The villain and this hero. Yeah. I was just thinking about something a minute ago, and I wanted to
Superman
talk
over
about it.
there.
I forgot. Yeah. But, you know,
Just means hope.
and I want to tell you one thing, too. Like, being at the house, and I had to talk to Clifford about this, too, because he was getting upset because of the way people are acting and stuff like that. Like, when people, like, take this seriously, if you're taking this seriously, like, it did me, and when I took it seriously, like it kind of put me on the outside of the majority. You know what I mean? I really didn't feel like I mingled with the Chris's, because there was a time when he was like a rugrat. You know what I mean? They were all jumping on a church bus, going to church, running down for girls and stuff. You know what I mean?
got one.
But it was
That was you?
but
I got
when
one.
you really, I know I could tell by the way you talk, you have a certain amount of maturity already about yourself. But when you like, and it starts kicking in, like that's like the worst part about recovery is the maturity to me. That's what makes me like kind of want to get away from it, because
Yeah.
it just bugs me. But Pastor Ashlyn Kipper, she's a pastor over at the Awakening
Awakening.
Church, and when I went there for a while, and like I used to have these leadership meetings with her and Chad with McGuinn's and stuff, and she told me one time, she said a lot, but there was only one thing that really ever stuck out that she said to me. She told me one time that I needed to step away for recovery for a while and then come back. And I think it's because, and I think that was like a moment when like God used her to talk to me. And I believe that's the season I'm in, because I feel like I need to learn more grace and I need to be less judgmental and I need to be these things. But like, there's things that I'm still have to work on in myself. So it's kind of like, if in order for me to like do what I need to do to people because of who I am, I need to like be a little bit more secure in myself and be able to show people a little bit more grace and be patient with people.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
then
one thing I practice every day is grace with people. Like,
yeah, it's hard, dude. It is for me.
I don't know, like things that I put in my head. Like I think once I talk it out, and then it becomes easy because I'm like it's that competitiveness in myself. Like I challenge myself, me versus me. So the way I do is like, okay, I would try to remember how I was when I first got into recovery.
Mhm.
And like I said, some people aren't here for some of the same reasons I am, and I have to nothing I can do to change it.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna sit there and beat myself up over it every day when you know me just being me. Hopefully that will reflect to them, and they can either follow along, tag along, take my advice if they want it, because I ain't gonna give it out like for free. But if they ask for something, I'll tell them. I'm not a person that point out someone's flaws unless they're really needing it. Like, hey, I think you probably should do this better if you really are messing up. But I try to just keep to myself when it comes to that stuff. So, like, grace is a big thing because it will throw me out of my recovery. Like, just once I start getting in other people's emotions, I'll start feeling what they're feeling, and then I'm like, ah, I don't want to be here.
That's
Mhm.
good, bro.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah. It, dude, like an emotionally stable person and not allowing people to control you emotionally, like to dictate your actions by your emotions. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
that is being a mature like person. That's a spiritual maturity. You know what I mean? To
That was
be able,
good, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, many years my biggest flaw was expectations on things.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I expected myself out of other people. So like I would expect everything I do out of them, and then that'd throw me off. Like with any relationship, friendship, like I'd expect them to do things my way without even knowing, you know. So that was a big flaw I had to work through, and like the manipulation of things, because that just comes hand in hand with addiction, I believe. And like that was one of the second, like when I went to my second rehab, that's all I did for them 6 months was work on my manipulation, because I told my therapist right away, like, I will try to manipulate you. I'll try to get that Suboxone real quick. I'll try to get on any pills that you guys will give me, and then I'll abuse them. So don't fall for my bullshit. You know?
I'm thinking of 10 reasons right now to justify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So I'm
real.
plotting this.
Yeah.
I'm plotting out like to hell with
Yeah,
chess.
I'm telling you,
I'm
a
plotting this out
manipulator
2 weeks
just to
in
manipulate
advance.
You. Like I'll tell
Yeah.
them I'm a manipulator just to
Yeah.
manipulate.
Yeah.
Like that's bad.
Legit.
And yeah, people don't understand that either about addicts. You know, it's like when people you get around some people that really want to help and like they're so easily people like they're naive. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they need help and they need help and they need help. But you know what I mean? Like we have that discernment. You know what I mean, about people liked individuals. I can tell like when people are just using people, or I can tell, you know what I mean, because I was that person.
Right.
I can recognize that really well because I was that.
Yeah.
I have a BS detector. Deet. You know what I mean? I can tell.
Yeah.
But what, sometimes the BS detector goes off and then, you know what I mean? Like in a week, I'll hear something come out of somebody. I'll be look at somebody and I'll be like, he's stupid. He ain't here for the right reason. Then like, you know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 days later, I'll hear something come out of their mouth. I'm like, that was a little
Yeah.
mature-ish. You know what I mean? Like maybe, I mean, I don't know. And I'm at that point too, is like, you know what I mean? Just I made a post yesterday. Well, today maybe. I don't know about the Peter Pan. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, I'm talking about on Facebook today.
I did. I said we need to. I said we need to start a sober living called Never Never Land for all these Peter Pans that don't ever want to grow up. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the guys just come in here and they just never. There's nothing ever changes with them. You know what I mean? You try to coach them into making mature decisions, and they get all defensive, and they think, you know what I mean? Well, you think you're better, or like I had a dude. You remember Carrie? Remember that dude Kerry, the real paranoid guy?
Yes.
I'm not going to say his last name.
Yes.
Dude, he called me when I was on vacation the other day,
Dude.
messaged me on Messenger talking about like Jesus whipped people with cords and braided cords and whipped people and like and this and that. And he calling me all kinds of things out my name and
Yeah.
you know, this and that and other. And instantly, dude, I wrote this stuff back and then and I'm out there on the boat. You know, we're riding on the boat and I'm like, and I made me mad impulsively. I
Yeah.
wanted to strangle him. But I retracted it. And I thought, you know what, Kerry? Dude, I reported him to Facebook.
So much.
Listen.
He just straight told on him,
I
bro.
reported him to
Facebook
Facebook.
jail.
2 seconds later, I got a thing back. It was a message on my notification says, Kerry's profile has been deleted from Facebook. I could have said a million
He
things.
told.
I could have said a million things that would have made him angry, but that one was go. Dude, that was like the best I could have gave him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just took his Facebook from him.
He's
Yeah.
probably really mad at you.
I
man.
know it. That's why she said he's going to come after you. I'm like, well, then you know what? We're not in the keyboard gang. At that point, we're not a keyboard gangster.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really worried about. I'm a very meek person. I'm totally confident in my capabilities. You know what I mean? I just don't
To
want
protect
Yeah,
yourself.
I don't want to use
Yeah.
them anymore.
Right.
I'm not worried, but you know what I mean? I felt bad, and I felt bad for him because I know how paranoid he is. He's the one about he always
Yeah.
saying like, my phone, they're in my phone watching me. I'm like, well, that's good. You know what I mean? Like,
Because we ain't doing nothing
yeah.
wrong.
I said, if they're following me around on my phone, they're going to spend a lot of time in church. They're going to spend a lot of time in meetings. They're going to spend a lot of time with me sitting on my couch watching television. You know what I mean? They're going to spend a lot of time, you know what I mean, at work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to run, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. I'm glad because I'm not going to be the only one spending $70 a day to go to work.
Track
You know,
me.
you're going to be following me all over the place.
I drive a lot.
You know what I mean? If you go looking, they're going to leave me alone after a day or two. Like, this dude's lame, and I practice being lame. I want to be like low key. I do lame really well.
Yeah.
I do like, you know what I mean? I don't want to. I don't. Oh, I'm in that. I don't want to be. I used to seek popularity. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
I want to just be able to live my little life, man.
I just want to help people, bro.
I know it.
That's it. Like, that's the name of the game.
And I, you know, what I mean,
Help people.
and I
period.
did that one time, but you know, what I mean, it was.
You
gotta-
help people.
I know
all the
I know,
time.
but I'm saying like, but I'm in like your capacity, and I was used to devote a lot, but it caused me a lot of problems.
Oh yeah.
It's a.
You have to like that.
Yeah.
There's no way I could be me today without constantly working on myself.
You know,
Yeah.
just like
It's constant.
I know.
Yeah.
Well-
Try to be better than yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Just like there's a dude in the jail, and he's getting out this week, and I'm trying to talk to him about taking a different step, and he told me he's like, this is the cycle I always go through. He's circling the drain right now, and he knows. Like his wife deals with addiction. Like he's got to do all these things. He ain't got a place to live. He ain't got nothing. He's getting in and get out of jail. And I was trying to get him to talk to Rob. And I thought I had him almost talked into it. I'm like, well, you know, you look like a fool just sitting here and just assuming all these things without even talking to him. Would you just talk to him? You know what I mean? And he's like, all right, yeah, you know what I mean? So then I had to give him the number, but then like come back and he said he didn't want to, but you know what I mean? And I told him that night, I told him last Tuesday, I'm like, bro, like you are what makes this difficult for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like feel like I want this for you more than you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes this difficult for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is what Jesus felt like. He loved people and he did all these things for people. But they hated him, spat on him, treated him like, you know what I mean, mocked him, all these things. You know, it's difficult.
They spit on me. I love Jesus, but
Yeah, but you know,
I
you know
don't
what
think
I'm
I
saying?
can do that.
Like that's the worst part about this recovery thing.
Yeah.
And staying attached to it.
The worst part about it's the people.
I'm at the point I have
Best part about
yeah,
it's the people.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know
You
what I
said
mean?
that earlier.
Yeah.
Like, that was good.
It is. Like you know, sometimes you see people that like, you know, like the Jason Young, we just talked about him. You know, I was sitting at a 4th of July. I was sitting at a 4th of July cookout, dude, and I took a picture of him sitting there holding his son. And they was watching the fireworks. I was like, dude, that's like it.
I did not know that you and Jason even knew each other, right? And I swear to you, I told Rob that you remind me of a Jason Young but he talks more. Just
Yeah,
accept him.
I think I taught him how to play spades in county.
Yeah.
I believe so.
What county?
In J County.
Jay?
Yeah.
Well, I know you're trash at spades, so I know Jason can't play. But I got with Blackford County IRACs, like I use Jason Young, like sometimes in my testimony pictures where I say where he's holding his baby or whatever. I say when I got into this, I just wanted to help one person. Right there, I helped two. Right, I helped facilitate getting him out of Blackford County jail, and he's like, "What do I do?" And I'm like, "Go to the Harmony."
His
home."
wife even went through like a recovery.
Yeah,
thing.
she
his
went-
wife went through
yeah.
like sober living and stuff,
And that
and
was
they went.
years ago.
Yeah,
He probably still can't play spades because
Yeah.
Probably not.
not if you taught him.
but he's a worker. He's a worker.
Hey,
He's out there doing his thing. He got mad the other day. Because somebody went in his yard and stole his tomatoes. Had the police and everything. I ain't the only teller.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't the only
No,
one
Jason
telling.
tells.
Those bankers.
They work at the bank,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like this is it. We can sit around and talk. The fact that we can sit around and talk about these things today and it's not interrupted by like all the hate and the chaos that we once lived in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
The fact that I even want to sit here and on my night after working all day, like, and enjoy it, like, because
Don't lie. You're getting out of a meeting. You'd be in a meeting till 8:30, and we're going to get you out here earlier.
see the meetings don't affect me like I think it affects other people. Like they're all we're forced to go to them. I'm like, I can't do a sober living. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Amen.
like I need those things, and
Right.
Because then I'd just be living in a house full of dudes.
Right.
You know?
That's just weird.
Yeah, like so like going to the meetings, like okay, it gives purpose to being in a sober living, and like yeah, you get to hear some of the same stories multiple times, but then there's always that one night someone does say something that's going on and you can relate to.
Yeah.
It's like okay, I'm not the only one going through something, So
Yeah.
And I think even if there's really nothing going on, just like talking in front of other people
yeah,
helps you. Like it just does something to you. And like just being able to open up and be vulnerable in front of other people.
Bro, he just went the whole way, like 35 minutes
Yeah.
worth. Like, boom, here it all is.
Yeah.
no, that's just
I
like
mean,
That's just like
the topping of the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if
But
I could go to detail,
with-
but
And like that's awesome. But I can't wait to like come back in like 2 years and like look, I want to hear about
everything
like the
accomplished,
changes and the accomplishments and the glory and the things like it's happening, the turnaround. The stories are more or less the same.
Yeah.
I want to hear see the phoenix rise, you know what I mean? Let's make it like I want to see like the overcome. I want to see what the redemption. I want to hear about that. And it's going to be, you know what I mean? It's like the only way we're going to get that is if we stay consistent and we keep at it.
consistency
That's
and
it.
obedience. I told you, you
continue.
didn't hear me
Do
say
it.
it.
Do
but it's
it.
consistency,
Keep doing it.
obedience.
Keep
That's-
doing it.
Everybody, Chris, what's your trick? Consistency,
Yeah.
obedience.
You know what I mean? And I went through a lot of different things, and I felt like I've leveled up. And every time, you know what I mean, I went through some bad relationships, just like a little over a year ago. I went through into this relationship, and I really like I went from being the worst place that I have been in a life in a long time to like the worst case scenario, and I really didn't know what was going to come of it. And now like I am 5 times in a better. I am in a
Now
5
he's
times
winning.
in a better place than I was when I thought I was doing. Last year, I thought I was doing the best I ever have, and now this year, after I went through that valley and back up, I'm doing 5 times better now than I was when I was doing the best I ever done last year in a year, just because I kept at it.
the thing works for me is self-discipline. Like if I don't have my self-discipline, then I want to be in it like I am.
And like the painful things and the trauma, you know what I mean? A lot of people allow that to give them excuses why they continue to do what they do.
Right.
Let that be a motivator.
Yeah.
And when you can take that stuff and allow it to motivate you, man, you'll be unstoppable. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel with all the pain and trauma and all the difficult things, you know what I mean? Like when you can take that and turn it into positive energy, bro, you're unstoppable. Put God back there behind it.
1 hour, 9 minutes.
So we went like 2 months.
We went a while. It was a while.
But you guys don't have long podcasts, or
No,
sometimes
we try to stay around an
like
hour.
we just try to keep it around an hour, and neither one of us has
But we do
really been home yet.
We get like I work a lot. He works a lot. He works a lot more than I do. But and I was trying to like I know he's going through a lot. So you know what I mean like just that's we're just trying to make it happen.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We're just trying to make it happen.
we're trying to commit to making ourselves put something out
Yes.
every insert time here. It's going to be every 2 weeks. Is it going to be every week? That's stuff we're still talking about.
Right.
But we want it to be consistent
Mhm.
because how's consistency work if we're not consistent with everything?
But he has a lot. He has school, family, job, working all these hours, driving. You know what I mean? He's got a lot more going than I do. So I have to like.
Work around his schedule.
He
And I
literally drove here straight from work. The
Yeah.
one day we had it scheduled, he was like
Tripping.
He made it with like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I drove 2 hours to get here, but you know what I mean. But it's worth it to me. I don't really get to sit around and talk. That's why like I can't stop when I do it because I don't get to really sit around and talk about this stuff.
Right.
To people.
Guess what Caroline just said?
What?
Consistency and obedience would love to join you on your podcast sometime.
All right, Caroline.
That would be a good one.
Caroline.
She does the life skills for
Yeah.
the Harmony Home still. Do you still do life skills?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Caroline. She's a good old gal.
Yeah.
She's cool.
Yeah. I was gonna do an interview with her for.
She's gonna be. She's like having to get a doctorate.
Yeah.
Ain't that
And
something?
did you guys both do interviews with her yet?
Yeah.
I
did.
need you
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna
You-
do an interview for the
About physical
weightlifting,
fitness.
Yeah, I need you
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with her.
because that was what she assigned me to figure out.
And it went in that interview about physical. It kind of goes in a little bit more in depth than just that, and like it goes into
There's stuff.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good interview.
Do it.
Yeah, last night actually life skills like we did like a little.
Did she
How
make
much-
you eat like black beans and healthy
No,
stuff? Like
we're about to be
bland
doing
stuff.
interviews for like help you with jobs for the next 4 weeks, like how to get a
Yeah.
job and stuff. And she pointed out her table was like, "Well, I need one of you guys to get up and move." And I was just like, "I'll do it," And then now I'm with her one on one for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, Like
Right.
got to know and learn a little bit about her and tell her a little bit about me. So
She just heard all about you.
Yeah.
She's been listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Are we
yeah, I'll do it.
anything? Anything?
Keep it moving.
Yeah. I just what I mean? Like, dude, I've seen so many like people. I'm gonna put you in there. I'm like people like you that you have like the maturity. You have to me, like this in this little time talking to you, you have
That.
that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That.
What are you
Yeah.
going to do something with it? And it's not ever easy. You know what I mean? Like changing your life and changing everything about yourself and is not never easy. Just don't have any expectations, man. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep
Yeah.
going. You know what I mean?
Proud of you.
Stick
bro.
it out.
Thank you.
Stick it out. Everyone wants to get a car and a job and they want to leave like they got world right by the balls. You know what I mean? Like that's not it. Like you know what I mean? Like the Harmony Home as my part of my journey, you know what I mean? I finally completed something. I started it and finished it. Like that's part of it. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to stick to something, do it and finish it.
Right.
That's like
Yeah.
step one,
That's my
commitment.
I like to be committed to anything. I
Yeah.
put myself
Commit
into.
to it and do it regardless what you go through, what makes you mad, sad, whatever. You know what I mean? Like commit to it and finish it. You know what I mean? Like I've learned so much from the Harmony Home that I didn't even realize I learned at the time. When you look back, like I look back on like my time there, and I can see a million things that really actually pivotal moments that actually happened, and that took place during my time there that changed me. I didn't know, and I couldn't see it at the time, but I would have never, you know what I mean? I would have never. I don't even know why. I never committed to anything. I never went to probation. I was like you. I never did anything.
Right.
I don't know how many probation officers, and I never met them once. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying, but you commit to it and do it. You know, that's it.
It's all about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good? Is everybody good?
Are you good?
Yeah, bro.
He's
He's ready to go.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Mhm.
Me too.
I got an early day tomorrow.
Hey, me too. I start my day at 4 a.m. every day. So
Well,
did you?
I don't feel so bad now.
I get up at 4 a.m. I got to be in Thorntown 2 hours away by 7.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. So stop belly aching. Let's go.
I want. Well, never mind. I want to. You're done.
What's that noise?
It's a baby. That was a baby crying.
Was it?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I don't know. My wife says I never hear the baby crying, so I don't know. All right. I love you guys.
Love you, man.
I'm going to hit this one now.
He said that's his favorite one.
We ain't got.